Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Young Pros Show. This is episode number 2, and we're here with one of the founders of the Young Pros Show, David Pare, and we're going to have a little bit of an interview with him today. First off, David, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how old you are, and what got you starting the Young Pros Show?
Okay, yeah, for sure. So my name's David Pare, just like Matt said. I'm 19 years old. I'm currently in college here in Ottawa, Ontario, and really the passion to start the Young Pros came back when I was 16 years old, and I was lying in bed, and I got this inspiration that maybe we could revolutionize the education system. Maybe we could make education more inspirational, more impactful, make it have more meaning for the people that were within it. So that's really where the foundation of Young Pros came. I didn't really do anything with it right then, but then 3 years later, this whole Young Pros concept fell onto my lap, and then we started building this, and here we are at the Young Pros Show, just trying to build as much value as we can and try to help as much people as we can.
So now you've been an entrepreneur, and you've got the Young Pros Academy going. You've been teaching now for about roughly a year, correct?
Yeah.
And how long have you been an entrepreneur?
I would say the journey of being an entrepreneur started when I was 17. And I started working with a company that was very entrepreneur-based. It was all commission-based, so I had to build my own team of people and started creating sales within that team of people. And I started doing really, really well with it. But it was not necessarily the company that brought out the entrepreneurial drive, but it was rather the decision that I made when joining that company. So the decision that I made was that I would leave my entire friend group. I would move an hour and a half away onto the floor of some guy that I had only met 2 weeks prior to that. And I spent 4 months with this guy building this business, even though that I barely knew who he was, and even though that we barely had any money to eat. So I think that stepping into the unknown, doing something different, and leaving the friend group that was holding me back was really where it all began just a couple years ago when I was 17.
So making that decision really was a catalyst to start transforming your life and jumping into the entrepreneurial journey.
That's exactly it. It was a huge catalyst. I did not realize that I was restricting myself when I wasn't stepping into the unknown. And I didn't realize that I was following things and listening to people that didn't necessarily have the results that I wanted. So it was that moment where I finally made the decision to do something different, where I finally made the decision to surround myself with different people and to learn from different people, where everything changed.
Did you feel nervous or scared about taking that leap?
I did, for sure. It's scary when you don't know what could happen, and it's really scary especially when your parents think you're crazy for doing it. So that's where I was at, but I knew, and I've always known that if something feels right, then we should jump towards it. And if I knew anything, a couple years ago when I made that leap of faith, it was that it felt right, and it felt like the right thing to do, and I did not ever feel as much alignment with that decision as I had ever had before with any other decision prior to that. So I think that alignment that I felt was really why I knew that even though it was scary, even though there were fear, even though that I wasn't sure what was going to happen, it had to be that way, and I had to make that move.
Have you noticed that that feeling of nervousness or being scared is very similar to another feeling that we call excitement?
Interesting. It is. When you're excited about something, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but you're thrilled with that idea. And I think even in that fear, you're right, I was excited. I was excited with where it could go. I was excited with what could happen. I was excited with what this decision could lead into. And even though there were fear, really, it was excitement. And I think that is really important because maybe we could always find excitement in our fear, because excitement is, you don't necessarily know what could come next. So I think that you're right that you could always find that excitement.
Yeah, I personally think that excitement and fear are the exact same feelings, and it's just a matter of our perspective at the time with what it is that we're doing. And it's great that you embraced that and took that risk, took the leap of faith, so to speak, and jumped out there and was able to, develop into who you are now and create the Young Pros Academy and the Young Pros Show. So, Dave, now that you've been an entrepreneur for just over a year or two, now that you've had some big fears and obstacles to overcome, what would you say are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned so far?
Some of the biggest lessons that I've learned over anything, I think the first one is to have faith. You need to have faith because you're not going to know what is going to happen. You're not going to know who's going to come into your life. You're not going to know how you're going to get to... Actually, let's rewind that for a bit. The first thing you need to embrace your dream. And you need to start figuring out exactly what it is that you want and why you're really here on this planet. Because I think if I didn't know that I wanted to impact you, if I didn't know that I wanted to change the world, if I didn't know these things deep at my core, I never would have took that leap of faith. So I think that first is to allow yourself to realize your dream. Allow yourself to believe that you could take that dream that you have and you can make it happen. And don't reject it because it's big. Don't reject it because you think that you can't have it. Don't reject it because you come from a family that maybe didn't achieve their dreams. You come from a group of people that maybe aren't achieving their dreams. None of them have anything to do with you. So I think that the first tip that I can give you is to allow yourself to take that dream and to believe that you can make it happen, and then have the faith that it can happen. Because again, you're not going to know what could happen. You're not going to know where you're going to go. You're not going to know what every step is to make that dream happen, but you need to believe that it will happen. And I promise you, if you believe that it could happen, and if you have the faith that it is going to happen, and if you know that regardless of whatever happens to you, you will get back up, you will keep believing in that dream, and you will keep having faith that it will be able to happen, I promise you that everything that you have in your mind, you will hold in your hand.
Awesome. How much time do you spend in personal development and doing things that improve you as a person? So is it because you're going to school, right? You're a full-time student, or you have been a full-time student, and on top of your full-time studies, you've also found a way to be involved in business and take entrepreneurial risk. So what are some of the things that you do outside of your traditional day-to-day operations in school that you invest in yourself to make sure you get what you want in life?
So 3 things that I do. The first one is, four things actually. The first one is reading. So I will read every single day, learning from the people that have the results that I want. And I think that's really, really important because, well, who else are you going to learn from, right? If you want something and somebody else has already done what you want, chances are they have, because there's a lot of people in the world who are succeeding, then you should learn from them. Learn what they have to say and follow what the tips that they give you. What I've realized about successful people is they want to give. Mm-hmm. And they want to give you knowledge that they've learned throughout their experience. So find those people and learn from them. Go on Amazon, find the success books, find the principles, because they're all out there. All the knowledge that you need to know to get you from where you are to where you want to be, you have access to. Whether it's in a library, whether it's on the internet, whether it's through a book, through an audio, all of the people that have already done what you want to do are there. And you have the ability to take what they've learned, take what they've done, take what they want to teach you, and put your own little edge on it and learn from it. So that's one thing that I do every single day is I'm always reading. I'm always learning from the people that have the results that I want. And one thing that goes into that is audio. So books, audios, conferences, learning from all these people that have what you want. And the second thing is teaching that stuff. So I think the biggest thing, the advantage that I've had is I'm not afraid to take a topic that I just learned and teach it to somebody else. And a lot of us may look, might say, hey, we're not professionals. We didn't spend our life studying that. We didn't spend our life with that experience. So who are we to go ahead and teach it to somebody else? But I'm going to tell you something, that something powerful happens when you begin to take a topic and you begin to teach somebody else the topic. You start to grasp it more and learn that concept more and end up developing yourself more. So that's the second thing, is teach it to the people that are around you that you are wanting to help. Always have somebody that you're looking up to, somebody that you're listening to, and always have somebody else that you're teaching to. And that's how you're going to get the best out of any type of learning. And the third thing is step out of your comfort zone and go meet new people. every day I'm always meeting new people. I'm always reaching out to new people, and that's been one thing that has dramatically changed and shifted my entire life. Matt here, I met him at a party for the company that I used to work with, and if I didn't reach out to him and talk to him, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So one of the qualities and tips that I want to give you guys is reach out, and if you see someone that you think you want to talk to, go out and talk to them, shake their hand. They're gonna welcome you with open arms, and they're gonna be ready to listen to anything you have to say. And chances are, if there's somebody out there that you want, that you might want to mentor you, if there's somebody that you are looking up to and you're saying, well, hey, maybe they won't take time to mentor me, or maybe they won't take time to listen to me, I promise you they will. They want to give value. All you have to do is take the first step and go out and reach out to them. So guys, the top 3 things is 1, learn from the people that are having the results that you want. 2, teach to the other people that are around you those same topics, because you're going to learn it more. And 3, go meet the people that have the results that you want. Go reach out, go meet new people, go make new friends, go create new connections, because those connections are going to dramatically transform your life and take you to one step closer towards the dreams that you want to create in your life.
Those are all solid tips, David. Thank you so much for taking some time today to share with the Young Pro Show and the people who are watching this today. It's going to be awesome to see you evolve and the content you deliver to everybody as time progresses here and time goes on. And I'm so grateful and thankful that you actually did come and say hi to me that day at that party we were at, and that we've been able to build this relationship and get this Young Pro Show up and off the ground. And I'm really inspired by what you are and what you're delivering to the world. So that being said, guys, thank you so much, David, and thank you all for watching us. Stay tuned for more episodes of the Young Pro Show.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Take care, guys.